to see if you can change that community. Do you have any idea how devious this is, how illegal this is, how criminal this is? Do you understand that you have a criminal regime that requires U.S. citizens to stand up to them? There's nothing else that's going to work. The 200 to 300 who stood up to the buses, as the Chinese did in Tiananmen Square to tanks. I'll say it again. The proud Americans who stood up to the importation buses. And you saw the buses backing up in Southern California yesterday. It's been all over the news, except in San Francisco where they won't show it. Is the equivalent of Tiananmen Square where the Chinese stood up to a tank. That's right. And these 200 are the advance guard of a future action in America that will grow and metastasize into 2,000, 3,000, 30,000. And the people I most pity in all of this are the Highway Patrol, the sheriff's departments, and the border patrol, who are caught between a corrupt, illegitimate government dumping illegal aliens into communities and the people themselves. Because many of these police are from the communities. And wait until something is provoked. Mark my words as I stand here, I will make a prediction that there's a high likelihood that this corrupt gangster regime will send an agent provocateur into the crowd of protesters against these buses who will shoot up one of these buses. Mark my words, there's going to be an agent provocateur put into the crowd by this corrupt regime. It's happened in other despotic regimes before, and there's no reason to believe that these despots will not resort to such low behavior. No reason whatsoever. They are capable of decimating a nation. If they're capable of burning a nation to the ground to get their way, what might they do to this nation to retain their power? It's an eerie thought, and I realize that many of you aren't ready for this and you don't want to hear it and you think it's conspiracy theory, but virtually everything that I've predicted over the last 20 years, unfortunately, has happened. I'm telling you, I've known for this in my own family. I mean, people who are not even political in my family have said to me, you know, Michael, the things you've written about and the things that you've talked about. Look, trickle-up poverty, stopping Obama's attack on our borders, economy, and security. Has he not done that? Has he not attacked our borders, economy, and security? Liberalism is a mental disorder. What was that book about? I tried to talk about the alien invasion in 2005. In 1982, I tried to publish a book called Immigrants and Epidemics. And after 7 published books, New York wouldn't touch it because they were afraid of the political ramifications. And so here we are today. I can see ahead. I'm one of those people who can see around corners. I can see the future. It's very, very grim. It's not going to turn out very well for this nation, nor for you individually. Because when you have a gangster regime desperate to hold on to power as they lose the popular vote, they will revert to things that you can't even imagine would have happened in this country. And you're going to have to look to foreign countries to see what happens when tyrants are confronted by the people. And that is a prediction of what's going to happen in this country, because this is make no mistake about it, this is a tyrannical regime. And the tyrannical regime has been found out. Their popularity is at the lowest level since World War II. That includes Pelosi, that includes Feinstein, it includes Boxer, it includes Durbin, it includes Harry Reid. They're hated. They're hated by their own Democrat Party. The Democrat voters hate them because of their imperious ways. I've run into Democrats who've told me that they wish to God they could get rid of these old guard because they know that they're corrupt. I run into Democrats who say to me, Michael, I'm a liberal, but I love your show. Well, how could you love my show and be a liberal? She said, well, because we agree with you that we need a change in both parties. What do you think they're saying? They're saying they know that the old guard is crushing our borders, language, and culture, and they don't like it either. You think every liberal Democrat wants to see America destroyed? Don't be that naive to think that. And so as despots get pushed to a wall, they're capable of desperate acts. And I'm afraid that that's what we're going to see very shortly. And I believe it's going to be through the acts of an agent provocateur. And I believe that you'll have to study history to understand what's going to happen. But one thing is sure about history, and it's been written by wiser men than me. One thing is sure about history, which is that people do not learn from history. This is Michael Savage. I'll be right back.
Join the